Oh, yeah, because I guess it's relevant to
the show.
Well, I forgot that there was a Planet She-Hulk
Book.
Yes.
Yes.
I was looking at.
Idiot.
Yeah.
Hey, let's start the show.
Oh, this one?
This one.
The show?
Let's do the show.
Right now?
Episode, I don't know. I should have looked that up.
109.
109.
I was going to say 8, but
well, it's one of those.
Whatever the last one is, add one more.
Add more. Yeah. What's up to our sidekicks and henchfolk out there in the Geek Nation? Welcome to an episode of Fresh Floppies, a show wherein normally Noel and I and Jeremy would talk about this week's books, but without spoilers. However, Noel, yet again, with last night's live stream, he's not here. He's being a jerk. He's going and enjoying his life. While
gross.
We're here in the trenches having to torture ourselves by reading comic books and discussing them.
His love for comics, for us, and for you listeners is dwindling.
Yes, it's true. He said, bye. We're going to talk about this week's books, but without any spoilers. We're going to get right into it. Jeremy.
Wow, I always just called you Noel. JD.
Yeah, I don't know if I said that you were here. Jeremy's here.
Hi.
JD's here of JD's Hero Complex, located at 4327 Main Street, Philadelphia, PA. Hey, here's the thing. I'm on a retailer group, a chat on the Facebooks, which is still a thing apparently that some people are on. And the conversation at hand is whether or not, as a retailer, a comic shop, should I be bagging and boarding all of my books on the shelf? Because there are some retailers, you just go into their shop, all the books are already bagged and boarded.
Like not even just the variants, just everything.
Book. And that seems to me to be extraneous, a little bit much.
I have two opinions. On one hand, thanks for the effort. Cool, I appreciate it.
Right.
On the other hand, I have probably 300 bags and boards at home.
Right.
So like, is it necessary? Maybe. It looks nice though, probably.
People do drop stuff.
That's true. People
be
stuff.
dropping books.
That's true.
And every time I hear it while I'm ringing somebody up, it's always while I'm ringing somebody up.
With
I'll
your back
hear it
turned?
and I'll be like, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll do that douche chill. And I'll look back, hope it's okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought this week I'm going to bag and board all of the books on the new shelf, and we'll see how that goes. Because people also like to touch. They like to touch and feel and get all up in it and flip through a book before deciding if they want to buy it. So.
And my parents always taught me to use safety. So.
Right.
Nice little book condoms. I lined up immediately.
Email us at cultpopgo@gmail.com and let us know, does your comic shop bag and board all of the books? Do you wish they did? Do they do it and you hate it? Give us your opinions, as we're about to give you our opinions on the books that came out this week, starting with the Mortal Thor. See, the previous series was called the Immortal Thor, but this one's the Mortal Thor #1 Legacy Edition 787. This is continuing the series by Al Ewing, and now we have. I know this artist was drawing some of the Immortal Thor, but I don't think all of it. And this is Pasquale Ferry.
I enjoyed this.
Did you now?
I did.
Were you reading Immortal Thor? Because I was not.
Neither was I.
Okay.
And I think this did a good job of presumably continuing what was happening while also actually being a #1. I mean, basically, it's like I don't even know if okay. I'm stuttering now.
You're great. You're doing great.
The book is focused on a Scandinavian large blonde man that I assume is Thor, but also we don't actually establish as Thor. It might not be Thor. I don't know.
Wouldn't that be a surprise?
Wouldn't it?
Yeah. Because it looks like Thor. And also on the cover, he's walking. It's an Alex Ross
It is also
cover.
Thor. Okay.
And then there's the image of Thor behind him.
I think JD is telling me I'm stupid.
No. I wondered the same thing as I was reading it. I was
yeah.
what if this actually isn't Thor? This guy's name does not roll off the tongue.
It is Sigurd?
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 Sigurd. So
Sigurd.
More intelligent people can correct us.
Surprisingly bloody.
It is surprisingly bloody.
Turns out when you hit a human with a hammer, blood happens.
When I was going through
bloods come out.
When I was going through some of the fight scenes, I went to the front cover to see if it was rated for mature, and it was not.
Yeah, it's just T+.
I was surprised. But yeah, we're following Sigurd, who has lost his memory. And is basically just like, I know what my name is. I know that I used to work with a hammer. And then that's pretty much all we're given about this guy.
Yeah.
And then he gets a bit of a moral quandary later on. And he's a really cool character. I like him so far. But
the
that's
other
kind of all we're
tie,
getting.
the other thing that I think links him to Thor, or at least the mystical realms, is we have. I don't know if that's Loki or not, but we do get a little
trickster
dude,
character,
a little dudette.
Yeah,
Are they them maybe? But also it feels a lot like the Eternal character. There's an Eternal who is much like this, is like a little trickster.
out of my wheelhouse.
Yeah, well, same.
God damn it, Noel, you should be here.
Right? If Noel was here, he would tell us. But yeah, this is off to a good start. This is fun. I will say, surprisingly violent.
It was
a lot of blood.
violent. I didn't mind it though.
No, but like if you're gonna buy your children
Sure.
a #1 Thor book,
Yeah.
maybe not this one.
Right.
For the Litlins. I'll tell you what. There is one that drawn by Chris Somney. That is a good one. I think it's called The Mighty Thor, and it's a little graphic novel, which is I think more of an all ages Thor. If you're looking for a Thor for your kids, I think it's called just The Mighty Thor, and it's drawn by Chris Somney, and it's
Nice.
delightful. Yeah, that one, not this one. But this is off to a good start. This is pretty fresh.
Yeah, I'd say pretty fresh. I'd say also, even though it's a continuation of the last run or a current run ish, don't be afraid to jump on. They give you
everything you need.
Yeah, they give you everything you need, and this character who may or may not be Thor is honestly immediately enjoyable to read about and immediately a cool guy. Yeah, I like it. Fresh.
Oh yeah, he does not. He's not into scab. He's not a scab.
Yeah,
He does not break the line. Right?
There's a couple interesting
commentaries
and moral positionings in this book that I personally agree with and enjoyed.
Yeah,
so I was happy with it.
That's because you're a how's it go? Liberal beta cuck.
I've been told I even have I don't know what comes after beta. I was going to say a lower cuck, but I don't know what comes after beta.
Zeta? You're a Z.
Sure.
You're not even a B. You're a Z. Immortal Legend Batman #1 by Kyle Higgins, Matt Groom, Erica D'Arso, Dan Mora, Igor Monti, and Tamara Bonvillain. I didn't know what this... Oh, hey, look at that. There's a little Elseworld.
Yes.
That is I did not...
Yeah.
This is the first time I'm seeing there's an Elseworld stamp on it.
Yeah, this is from DC Elseworlds, which you can correct me if I'm wrong, but to my understanding, Elseworlds is pretty much just... This is from DC. However, it is in no way connected to main timeline or continuity. Some of the characters may be the same, may be different. It's basically just them having funsies with established DC characters, changing them up, and doing some fun stuff.
A gentleman came in the other day, and he was looking for a new Batman comic series that was like, and he was using a word that I did not recognize, tokusatsu? Tokusatsu?
Yeah.
Japanese term for live-action film and television shows that heavily use special effects, often involving science fiction, fantasy, or horror elements. Popular examples include kaiju, giant monsters,
Right.
movies like Godzilla series, and superhero shows such as Kamen Rider, Super Sentai,
Sentai, yeah.
which inspired Power Rangers. The genre is characterized by techniques like miniature sets, suitmation for monsters and heroes, and the use of various filming tricks to create illusions of scale and action. I had no idea what this dude was talking about. He was like, it's like a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers type of Batman.
I was going to say
the
most common example would be Power Rangers, for sure.
It's like Japanese shows. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what any of this is. I mean, I know obviously what some of this is, but anyway, as I'm reading Immortal Legend Batman, I go,
this is what he meant.
This is probably what he wanted.
When he got towards the end, I was like, oh, Batman Power Rangers.
yes. So I spent half of this book going, what is this?
Was it
what
because
am I
of
reading?
the Elseworlds context?
Yes.
Got it.
Despite it being very clearly on the upper right of the cover of this book.
It's pretty small, and it's a busy cover.
It is a busy cover. I was going, what is this? Is this like a future story? Are we in space? But if we're in space, why is Bruce Wayne involved? Why is Harvey Dent involved? What is happening? I did not get it, which was fine. I plowed through. And then at the end, there is back matter.
Yes.
There is a mini story at the back that tells you absolutely everything you need to know about what you're reading.
Yeah, and how we got to where we are.
Do you think maybe that mini story at the back, which was drawn by Dan Mora, should have been in the beginning of this book or the end? Did you like... I'm of two minds because part of me is like, oh, you know what? If it started with all of this exposition in the beginning, I'd be a little like, ugh. But also, it's a lot of context for what you're about to read, the story.
It is a lot of context. I like it the way it is, with the context being in the back.
In media res, you're just dropped in.
Yes, because I tend to be a sucker for being dropped into the action as long as I'm not being hit with so much that I'm confused on page one.
Yeah.
Which, could be my own intelligence, but, well, that's up to debate. But admittedly, I also did notice the Elseworlds stamp.
Right.
So you
were keen. You were fine.
I knew I was jumping into something weird, new, and different. And also, the vibe of this is like Western sci-fi.
Yeah.
Which
yes,
I
it is.
really enjoy when media combines those two things.
Yeah.
I really love it.
I also like Western and horror.
Yes.
There's a couple of Western horror books that I've read where I'm just like, oh, this scratches an itch I didn't know I had.
Western is just such a fun basis and context to tell stories. And so once I realized what I was reading, like once I realized what context I was in and the vibe it was, I was like, oh, I'm already in.
Yeah.
Like page 3 or 4, I was like, all right, I'm down.
Yeah.
And then I didn't honestly even really end the main story with questions. I'm like, cool, I'll ride this out. And then I realized that the back gave me more context. And I was like, oh, even better. Great. But that's just me.
Right on. Yeah. In retrospect, I feel like, oh no, I'm glad it's that way because you sucked into the story, and then at the end there's like, oh, by the way,
Yeah.
you probably need to know this.
Yeah.
How did you feel about it? Did you like? What kind of fresh rating do you give it? Are you a Mighty Morphin Power guy?
I'm not. I am
Same.
a nostalgic watch them in childhood guy.
Never
but
even did that.
I haven't progressed past that into the comics and stuff. I know a little bit about the comics, just tangentially. But that said, I enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I would. I think it's fresh AF for me.
Whoa,
because it's
nice. All right.
It's very accessible for anybody to read because, like we said, it's Elseworlds, meaning it has no outside context or influence or anything.
Yeah.
So you can jump right in, and if you like sci-fi, if you like some Western stuff, if you like whatever the vibe of those Japanese shows that I forget the name of already.
Tokusatsu.
Yeah.
Tokusatsu.
If you enjoy that stuff, I think you'll enjoy this a lot.
You know what's fun is that while I was researching this for the show, I literally put in how to pronounce tokusatsu, and I immediately forgot how to do it. Let's see.
Domino's?
Oh no, that's
Domino's?
Well, everyone needed Domino's.
Pronunciation video. Today we will be focusing on a new word that you might find challenging or intriguing.
Just say it.
Let's dive into today's word.
Just say it.
Tokusatsu.
Tokusatsu.
Which means special effects in Japanese. Let's say it all together.
Tokusatsu. So yeah, now I know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never was a Mighty Morphin guy. I'll tell you what though. Kyle Higgins and I want to say Matt Groom as well, I believe are the team behind Radiant Black and the Massive Verse.
And I could definitely see their work in here.
Yes. So as someone who loves Radiant Black, even though I'm very behind on it.
Same.
If you are reading Radiant Black or if you're into
Tokusatsu?
then you should probably check this out. I think
agree.
it might be right up your alley. And then also Dan Mora art in the back. Come on now.
I am such a sucker for Dan Mora.
Ugh.
I'm
a Mora simp.
I can appreciate that some people don't love that he's on everything, but I, however, love that he's on everything right now.
I have yet to meet anyone who's not like, or who says too much Dan Mora. Everyone I meet is like, great.
Yeah.
Give him more. But also, how is he alive?
That's insane. I feel like every week there's at least 3 books with him on it.
Literally this week, there's 3 books.
You're right, actually.
Yeah.
Correct.
We've got Immortal Legend Batman, and then later we're going to talk about Justice League Unlimited 10 and Superman number 29, drawn by Dan Mora. Both of these books.
I just came across another non-Big 2 book that he's on, and I can't remember what it was.
No kidding.
If I remember it, I'll mention
he's so
it.
good. I don't know how he's so fast. But, all right. Oh, I give it pretty fresh.
Pretty fresh.
Pretty fresh.
Is Pretty Fresh above or below the center mark?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
It is. We've established that it's very random.
That's fine.
Doomed 2099 #1 from Marvel by Frank Thierry as the writer, and Delio Diaz and Frank Alpizar as the artist, Andrew Dahlhaus as the color artist, and Travis Lanham is the letterer.
Can I just say,
You can.
the costume design for Doom 2099,
Yeah.
is some of the most badass hero comic design I've seen in a long time. I really enjoy it.
Do you like spikes?
I like
You're
spikes.
just really into spikes.
I like spikes and I like metal armor. It's it's why I like power metal. It's that whole vibe.
I really like his green and red that he's got as Sorcerer Supreme.
It is good.
But yeah, the Doom 2099 is nice too. Do you have any 2099 experience?
I do. I have some Spider-Man 2099 and there was something else that was tangential to it.
I mean, there's a bunch of 2099 books.
Yeah.
There's Punisher,
I read
Fantastic Four.
I think I read some Punisher 2099.
Ghost Rider.
I got into
Ravager.
Hulk. I want to say Venom, but I don't think he had his own book. He was just involved.
No, there was
there
was like a one shot or something of Venom 2099. Yeah.
So I have some context. When they I think it was 2 years ago now, there was a mini run of some 2099 stuff, and I read that.
Yeah,
but I don't have experience with the old stuff.
Every so often, I believe the late Peter David would dip back in for some 2099ings. The original Doom 2099, I believe, was written by Warren Ellis, who was a pretty big name before he was discovered to be a sex pest. We don't see him much these days.
That's such an unfortunate asterisk on so many people's names.
Dude, I'm going through my Green Lantern stuff in my back issues, and also some Hulk. And both of those have super gross sex pests involved.
Great.
The one Hulk we were going through, we're like, should we just give these away? Because he's literally in jail for...
Oh, for real?
Child SA.
Nice.
Yeah. So
not
like,
nice
maybe,
to clarify.
should we just... Nice. Did you say nice?
I did. But that's just
sweet.
It was just the sarcasm doesn't always translate.
I understand. Don't make that a short.
No.
Yeah. So anyway, Doomed 2099. Frank Thierry is a name that I recognize from the past, maybe 20 years ago. I want to say he was doing some of the Spider-Man Chapter 1 stuff with, John Byrne and some of the stuff around that. Maybe he was doing Amazing, and I hated it. I was not a big Thierry fan. But this is actually really solid. I think it's important to note that this is a one-shot.
It is.
For anyone out there, this is, if you're reading the One World Under Doom event that's going on in Marvel, this is worth picking up.
Right.
I don't think it really changes anything, but it's basically, the elevator pitch is Doom from 2099 keeps trying to come back and F with Doom of now, Emperor Doom, because something in the future is caused by Doom being the Emperor.
Yeah.
And so he don't like it. And he come back and try to wreck shit.
Current Doom has screwed up the future, so future Doom is trying to screw up current Doom. Be like, hey, and that's
Stop
pretty much it.
The thing I don't understand is, because I do not have a lot of 2099 experience except for maybe some Spider-Man, is also Victor Von Doom in 2099.
Yes.
Is that a descendant of him who he just keeps... I imagine Doom's the guy who anytime he has a new family member, they're also Victor Von Doom. He just...
That's
Junior.
fair. I just Doom being who he is.
Yeah.
And also this whole idea being he's currently Sorcerer Supreme and does enough to screw up the timeline. Like, it just feels like he would figure out a way to use that magic and power to just stay alive the whole time. Yeah. Regardless of the fact that he's screwing everything up.
Yeah, maybe.
It just feels like a Victor thing to do.
Yeah. Classic Vic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Vicky Doom.
But you're right. It could just be a descendant of sorts.
So yeah, I've never been sure. But what did you think? Little one shot?
I liked it. It was a good little one shot. It's
I think pretty fresh.
I think pretty fresh. It's something that, when it comes to these large events in Marvel and DC, we don't often get a story that acknowledges like, oh hey, this could really screw with the future too, by the way, and someone from the future trying to solve it. Because think about it, we get current, quote unquote, current time stories of people going into the past to fix stuff all the time. We don't really get a lot of future people coming back to now to say, hey, stop it.
One of the other interesting books from One World Under Doom event is called Superior Avengers. And that is, I want to say Doom's assistant, or maybe it was a Doombot. I'm trying to remember. I think it was Doom's assistant, kept scouring the multiverse for realities where Emperor Doom happens and keeps control into the future. And he grabs different characters from those futures, brings them to our present in our timeline to say, look, these are Avengers from the future who think that Emperor Doom is dope as hell.
Interesting.
And then in the first issue, it's revealed none of them think Doom is dope as hell. They're all here to stop Doom
Nice.
from happening. So yeah, it's been a really solid miniseries that ties into One World Under Doom. So yeah, lots of futures are like, Doom, stop it.
That's cool. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I haven't read that.
Knock it off. So yeah.
But yeah, so it's not evident from the cover because it doesn't say anything about One World Under Doom.
It doesn't.
And it does
Strange.
have a giant number 1 in the corner. But
Yeah.
do not be fooled. It is a one-shot. It is directly connected to One World Under Doom.
You
If
do not
you're-
need it. I say it's a good read, though.
Even if you're not reading One World?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No. I mean, if you like Doom, if you
Yeah.
do Doom 2099, or if you're a Doom
Sure.
head,
Yeah.
you're probably reading One World Under Doom anyway.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, you don't need this if you're not reading One World Under Doom. But if you are reading One World Under Doom,
I agree.
check it out.
I was just clarifying. If
You
you
don't
wander
need
into the if you wander into the shop and you're not looking for this, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Like, you can ignore the giant number 1.
Agreed. Ooh, hey, Dan Mora.
Dan Mora and Dan Mora and
Dan Mora is all the way down. Justice League Unlimited number 10. I'm so sorry. Let me start again. DC presents All In Justice League Unlimited number 10 to save ... Doomsday by Mark Waid, Dan Mora, and Tamara Bonvillain. I wonder if we should talk about these together.
What, Justice League Unlimited and also
Superman 29.
Legion of Darkseid Part 2.
Yeah.
Save Tomorrow or Die Trying.
This is the Dan Mora corner.
It is the Dan Mora corner.
This is okay.
Yeah.
Justice
please.
League Unlimited is dealing with the things that happened in the DC All-In one-shot.
Which was earlier this year.
This was like
beginning of the
2
year.
years ago.
2 years ago.
It was before the Absolute stuff started.
All in One Shot was
Yeah.
over 2 years. No.
I don't know, man. Time doesn't exist, but
You're right.
it was before today.
Correct.
For sure.
Yeah.
Maybe. And this is dealing with that, with Booster Gold having gone through the portal in that one shot, and he's been gone for, well, they say 2 years. Mm-hmm. They say 2 years. And
Well, they say that he was gone for 2 years, but wasn't sure how long he had been captured for.
that's true.
It was
Yeah.
2 years between his
then
arrival and his
some.
capture, and then some, yeah.
And then he's been captured for quite a while. But basically, it is revealed in Superman's main series by Joshua Williamson that the Time Trapper is actually Doomsday so far in the future that he's basically immortal, and he can actually
Yes.
zip through time.
Because Doomsday, his whole shtick is that when he is killed with a certain method,
Yeah.
he resurrects with invulnerability or
To that
powers
method.
related to that method.
Yes.
So the last time he died, he was trapped in a Brainiac city? No, what was he was trapped inside of a bottled city
Yeah. Okay.
that
I don't remember.
damn.
I wasn't around for that.
The last time Superman fought Doomsday, I want to say it was Lex Luthor managed to bottle up.
Oh, in Superman.
Yes, in
Oh,
Superman.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So
Yes.
Lex Luthor managed to bottle him up in
Yes.
one of the time affected cities.
Yes.
And
he's
then
frozen in time.
Yes. So
And then
now
I
he has
guess-
come back with time powers.
Yes.
Now, mind you, we have
In
not.
the future, he comes back with time.
In the future, he comes back with time powers.
And he has been effing with Superman and Superwoman,
Yes.
who was Lois Lane until recently, and is like, hey, if you guys don't help me, things are going to go bad. And they
Yes.
don't help him, and things are going bad.
They are.
So basically, this whole issue is the Justice League in the Watchtower trying to save Doomsday's life, which I don't understand because every time he dies, he comes back better. Why are they trying to save him? Why
That's
not just
actually a great
let
question.
him die and let him come back invulnerable to, he got ran through by somebody, by a whole person.
Yeah.
So, I'm not sure why they're trying to save him. But the cool thing is because he's got time powers, anybody who tries to save him gets old real quick
Yeah.
because the time around him is
Yeah.
attacking them,
Basically
which I
his-
think is kind of
yeah,
cool.
His natural defenses are just rapidly aging.
And I don't think
touches him.
much of this is. I don't think this is any spoilers. I mean, you're given this in the first couple pages.
Yeah.
But what did you think? Because you're not reading any of the Superman stuff.
I'm not up to date with Superman. I'm about 3 or 4 issues behind. Although I did read today's or this week's number 29.
Yeah.
I am up to date with Justice League, and I gotta say, you recommended that if I'm going to update myself on Justice League, I have to at least read this issue of Superman. And I do agree that they are directly connected.
Yeah.
Because as far as I can recall, this issue of Justice League does not carry on much from the previous issue. It's sort of like the B plot. It's not all that essential. But whereas in Superman, we see the actions of Doomsday, Time Trapper, and then I would say Superman's issue comes first, and then we see Time Trapper appear in Justice League.
Yes.
They are very directly related.
Yes.
That doesn't answer your question. What did I think? I enjoyed it. I'm sure I would have enjoyed it more with more Superman context.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been catching up on Superman, and I've been saying it for 29 issues, flabbergasted at how good this Superman book is, considering I don't generally care
It's
that
great.
much about Superman, and I don't care that much about Joshua Williamson, the writer.
Yeah.
But boy, has it been baller this whole time. So I think this is great, man. I'm really enjoying this. If you read the All-In special, I don't know, a year or two ago, and you're curious about how that's all been going, Justice League Unlimited 10 and Superman 29, very important and very enjoyable.
I don't know if they could be jumped into, though, if
No?
you're not up to date, in my opinion.
No? Someone who jumped in, you're like, I don't know.
Well, so there was... oh, God.
So which one? Do you think Justice League Unlimited they shouldn't jump in on, or Superman? Or both? Because they're sort of dealing with the same stuff. Because I feel like the Booster Gold stuff that we're going to get to in Superman 29 sets the stage for everything you need if you've been missing the past 2 years. They tell you, like, if you read the All-In special when that came out,
Right.
this catches you up of, like, what's been going on since then,
That's true.
right?
That is true.
I feel like you could jump right in on that.
Yeah, okay. I'd buy that. I think you can jump in. You're going to be a little confused, but that's okay. That's kind of just how it goes with this
Yeah,
stuff.
that's what stuff. That's
Um,
comics work sometimes. I feel like
Yeah.
there's enough context clues, though. Like, you get what you need. You can push back on that. You think I'm an idiot? That's fine.
No, I'm thinking because I generally
He's winding up his fist to punch me.
yeah
He's doing the
from across
big
the
circle.
store. Why I oughta.
Yeah.
I do generally hold the opinion of pick up whatever you want, jump in anywhere, and you'll figure it out as you go.
Yes.
So by that stance, absolutely.
Uh-huh.
If you wanna, do it. Great.
Yeah.
You'll get there and you'll enjoy it.
However,
I'm conflicted on this one.
Okay.
I'd say objectively the correct answer is go for it.
Okay.
If you are interested in what's been happening and you want to get up to date and figure out what's going on, you're right. It does. It's the Superman issue that tells you about Booster Gold, right?
yes. Superman 29.
So Superman 29, I'd say jump in. They let you know what's going on a bit with Darkseid, Booster Gold, how Superman has been dealing with some stuff. And honestly, because so much has been happening in these issues, DC has been including summaries in the front,
Yeah.
which I greatly appreciate and goes a very long way to make this more accessible.
You know what? Now that we're talking about it, you could probably skip Justice League. I think if,
Probably.
like, this is all Time Trapper stuff.
Yeah.
I think if you are interested in what's been going on in All In, you should pick up Superman number 29 by Joshua Williamson and Dan Mora. Again, this is Legion of Darkseid Part 2. And this, at the very end of Legion of Darkseid Part 1, Superman number 28, Superboy Prime shows up.
Who is a totally new character to me.
That's funny.
That's
So-
kind of where some of my loss of context is. I
That
think.
makes it. However, they do give. I feel like they give you the
give you a-
backstory on him.
They do.
right?
Yeah.
He is sort of. He's become this almost Deadpool character for DC.
Well, what's with breaking the fourth wall and everything with him?
Yeah, because he grew up in a place where he was reading Superman comics,
That's interesting.
and then gets Superman powers and decides to become Superboy.
Is that not basically what happened with Gwenpool?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then there was a event 10, 15 years ago called Infinite Crisis, which was a direct sequel to Crisis on Infinite Earths from the 80s.
Gotcha.
And in the end of Crisis on Infinite Earths in the 80s, a smattering of heroes were left outside of the time stream, including Superboy, I think an older Superman, a Lois and Clark, And they were able to somehow watch what was happening to the main DC universe after the Crisis shunted all of the multiverses together into one world. And then it was also this meta commentary on the darkness of superhero comics that has been growing ever since Dark Knight Returns, Watchmen, all of those books came out, and were like, superhero comics are for adults too. Look how edgy we are.
Yeah.
And so those characters are watching the DC universe get darker and darker and darker, and being like, I can't believe we sacrificed all of this for you guys. You guys are messing everything up. So then they come back to try to reinstate their realities, including Superboy Prime, who started off as like just a sweet, innocent Superboy, and then through the story of Infinite Crisis gets worse and worse, and eventually there's this, oh God, what was his name? He deals with people's emotions. He basically takes his mask and pushes it through the back of his head.
Oh my God.
He just starts killing folks. Crazy town.
God damn.
So, and then in a one-shot a couple years ago, it was revealed that he's still around. He's in this alternate reality, and he shows up in this Superman 28 to help out because the Legion of Darkseid is wrecking shop.
Superman 29.
Well, he showed up in 28.
Oh, apologies.
That was like the cliffhanger of like Superboy Prime. And so, yeah, he's trying to team up with Superman to help. But meanwhile, he's also talking about comics.
He is.
And
repeatedly.
He's basically punching through a panel of the comic
Yep.
to go into a different part of the comic.
Yeah, and
like
Superman
She-Hulk.
and Superman is like, why are you so casual about all this?
Yeah.
And then Superboy is like, because I know how it ends. It's fine.
Yeah, I know how it all ends. This is how it ends. And then they get to the next part of the story, and he's like, oh no, this is not what I saw at all. So I think this is gnarly as hell. This Superman stuff's been bonkers good.
Yeah. And more credit to what you're saying about jumping in. Even though I didn't have all the context, it was still a very enjoyable book.
Yeah.
So honestly, even if you're a little confused, I think just roll with it.
Mm-hmm. So
and then carry that on into the rest of Superman and Justice League Unlimited, and keep reading both of those because they're really good.
Oh my God.
All hail Dan Mora.
I
mean, right. Not that he's writing it, but still.
Yeah. He does help.
He's the commentator.
The art really does help my enjoyment of these
even
books.
if every white man's face looks somewhat the same.
Yeah. So I would say Superman 29, Justice League Unlimited, both fresh AF for me.
I agree.
Yeah. I read a book that you did not, which is Imperial War Planet She-Hulk by Stephanie Phillips, Jonathan Hickman, Emilio Lasso, and Matt Milla. Okay, let me clear something up.
Okay.
Imperial War Planet She-Hulk's a one-shot.
Okay.
I did not know what these Imperial War books were going to be. There's a Planet She-Hulk. There's a Black Panther. There's a couple others coming.
I think there's also, one called Exiles, which is an X-Men one.
Yep. And this one, at the very least, is a one-shot, which I think will then lead into Planet She-Hulk, because she is on Sakaar, which is where Planet Hulk took place, where Hulk had a family. He was a gladiator. He worked his way up the ranks, became king, married a woman, had multiple children, and then left. And his two kids, I think, were... Or no, I don't know what happened to Scar, but there was another kid that I was kind of unaware of because I don't keep up on Hulk, who was in charge of Sakaar, the planet.
And is that the one that at the beginning of Imperial War was killed?
Yes.
Question mark? Gotcha.
Yes. Yeah. So now he's dead, and Planet She-Hulk has come to Sakaar to help out during the time of transition. And there is another murder mystery that's happening, trying to figure out who killed him. And I have to say that the revelation as to who killed him was extremely obvious.
Oh.
But it was still a cute read. Watching Jennifer Walters go to this planet that's like a barbarian planet and trying to figure out customs and all that other stuff, and also solve a murder. It was cute. It was cute. You don't need it. If you're reading Imperial, you don't need to be reading this one shot. If you're a big She-Hulk fan, Shulky. If you like Shulky, you can definitely check it out. I think you'll enjoy it. But
is it as dense and complicated as the like mainline Imperial War, or no?
No.
Okay, cool.
No.
Great.
No. This is basically who killed the leader.
Gotcha.
He's got 5 wives. One of the 5 wives is responsible.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wives. Who could it be?
Gotcha.
Who could
And it's
it
the
be
one with a
now?
grudge.
And it's a very obvious
Gotcha.
wrap up. But it does set the stage for Planet She-Hulk, which is going to be
an upcoming series.
Upcoming mini or ongoing.
Months. Yeah.
I always like reading some She-Hulk. I wish Rainbow Rowell was still doing it because her She-Hulk run of the past several years has been delightful and one of my favorite books. But Stephanie Phillips, I think, has fun here. Yeah.
Nice.
But you don't need it. You read something I didn't read. What was that?
I read The Invisible Man. Universal.
All right, Borat.
Fair. I'd never seen that movie. Universal Monsters: The Invisible Man, issue 1 by James Tynion IV and Danny Brad Simpson. It's basically an origin story of the Invisible Man. And this is actually my personal first experience with anything The Invisible Man. So I learned stuff. I figured out what makes the man so angry and makes him want to be invisible. That's pretty much it. That's really all there is to it. It's a lot of exposition, a lot of thought bubbles, not a lot of dialogue.
Yeah.
It was good. The art I really enjoy. It definitely lends itself to like the dark, murdery mystery. It's not really a mystery, but it has mysterious
Elements.
ambiance.
Sure.
Yeah. It's good. He's a scientist doing experiments, and he finds out some cool stuff that some cool chemicals do, and then starts wanting to get violent.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I also don't know much about the Invisible Man.
Yeah.
The first Invisible Man I ever saw was the one starring Kevin Bacon in the, I want to say 90s, early 90s.
Sure.
God, what was that called? I don't even think it was called Invisible Man, but it was basically a horror movie where Kevin Bacon as a scientist becomes invisible and then starts getting real rapey.
Oh.
Yeah. I think Elizabeth Shue is in it from, I want to say, was it Karate Kid? But yeah, that was sort of like an edgy version of The Invisible Man in the 90s. And I've never read the original. I've never seen the original
guy's pretty
movie.
edgy.
I have been enjoying what the Universal monster reboots have been like in comic book form. Like the Frankenstein one, I think drawn by Michael Walsh is his name. And that was cool because it was a look at the Frankenstein story, but from the point of view of someone whose grave was robbed to become, I think, Frankenstein's hands.
That's interesting.
So like this guy dies, his son is visiting his grave when Frankenstein shows up, the Dr. Frankenstein shows up to like cultivate the corpse.
Yeah.
And so he follows him back to the mansion, to the castle, and is experiencing all of this from the sidelines, which is kind of cool. Whereas
very cool.
Was it Return to the Black Lagoon was a sequel to the Black Lagoon story. So I wasn't sure what this was going to be. And this seemed, I think Dracula was just a retelling as well.
Was it?
Because it was also by James Tynion.
Oh, gotcha.
And it was just a retelling of Dracula, which I didn't read. But
this definitely,
feels like just the main story.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with
avenues.
the original story, but
Yeah.
it definitely, it's first person. It's all his thoughts. It's just a matter of, he's also a science guy, like you said.
Yeah.
It's a matter of him basically narrating his experiments and thought processes and what have you. And I think if you are into this character, or honestly into horror in general, I could absolutely see this turning into a really cool horror book. There's not a whole lot in the sense of action in this one.
Yeah.
But I do think it has a long way to go, and I do think it will be very good if you're interested in it.
After staging his own suicide, a crazed scientist uses his power to become... Oh, never mind. This is the most recent Invisible Man, 2020, starring... what's her name? Elizabeth Moss.
Oh, gotcha.
Never mind. Very different. So you think it's good?
I think it's good. This
Pretty
is from,
fresh?
what, Image, Skybound, both? Is Skybound a part of Image? How does that work?
Yes.
Okay.
Skybound is the part of Image that is, I think, started by Robert Kirkman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That tracks.
But now Robert Kirkman's in charge of, I think, all of Image. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah. So I personally won't continue this series just because it's not a topic I'm interested in.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you like this character or horror, I definitely think pick it up.
Word up, Home Skillet. We're going to wrap it up with Sonja Reborn from Dynamite. This is Christopher Priest on words and Alessandro Milacolo as the artist, Giovanni Caputo as colorist, and Taylor Esposito as letterer. I don't care about Sonja or Conan. Or who's the other one? There's another one that I think Noel has been reading. And he was like, you should read Sonja Reborn. It's a different take on Sonja. And it is a fish out of water story that I thought, oh, you know what? That does sound kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So we have a modern day character, woman, who is British, who comes to America for some reason to track down someone who has wronged her.
Sure.
And then gets somehow swapped with, I want to say, Sonja. I want to say they're swapped, but all we know is that she wakes up in Sonja's body.
Interesting.
In the past, far, far past. She's a barbarian. She leads this whole horde of barbarians. They're in the middle of sacking this castle, and she thinks she's there to be a hero, but it turns out she's responsible for all of these corpses.
Oh, great.
So, yeah, I don't know much about Sonja. I don't really care about sword and sorcery type books.
Oh, I do.
But mingling it with current day fish out of water storytelling is kind of a fun hook for me. So I actually quite enjoyed this.
Oh, good.
This is really fun. And I like Christopher Priest generally as a writer. So yeah, if you're looking for a new book to check out, but you don't care about Red Sonja, Sonja Reborn, #1, is a perfect jumping on point, I think.
That's awesome.
You get everything you need. You're introduced to a new character, and then that character is placed into an existing character. And it's a bucket of fun. I think this was really fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I might have to actually pick that up personally because
I
do like Blade and Sorcery stuff.
And yeah,
and
Noel,
I also have no experience with those characters.
Noel has been reading it because he likes Christopher Priest. But even that didn't get me to read.
Yeah.
But this is actually really fun. I highly recommend this one.
Good.
Yeah, I think is it fresh AF?
Great. So
Anything
good
else?
for newcomers and everything too?
Yeah, great for newcomers.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Love that.
As being a newcomer myself to this book, perfect jumping on point. You, before starting recording, you had mentioned a post that I made on Instagram because there was a double page spread in the DC books this week where it says...
It says this September, fall into new story arcs across Gotham and beyond. And it lists 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different new jumping on points for Batman, Gotham, Bat Family, all that stuff.
Yep.
Which
Every publisher should be doing this.
I'm so excited. A, I love when people list jumping on points.
Yes.
B, I love that most of these are not just arbitrary new #1s.
Right.
They are continuations of the run, but saying, hey, you can start here.
Except for one, Red Hood. Red Hood #1.
You're right.
But yeah, but the rest of them, we got Catwoman 79, Harley Quinn 54, Detective Comics 1101, Poison Ivy 36, Batman and Robin 25, Nightwing 130, and did I say Batgirl #12?
Batgirl #12 in October, as opposed to all the rest are apparently in September.
Yeah. This is great.
I love this, and I'm very excited. I'm going to be picking up all these because I want to know what's going on.
That's awesome.
Especially Detective Comics, because I'm on Batman right now, but I'm not on Detective.
I love Tom Taylor, and I jumped onto Detective Comics when he left Nightwing and went over to Detective, but I did not keep up with it. It's something that I regret because I love Tom Taylor so much.
Yeah.
And I was enjoying that story, and I just, time, man. It's hard.
I'm intrigued, especially by Batman Robin, because I started Batman Robin on #1, and then I dropped it by the second arc because I just wasn't feeling it.
Sure.
But I'm going to look into if the creative team is the same and how the issues have been doing and see. But everything else, I'm almost certainly going to jump onto. So yeah, we'll be looking forward to those, and I'm sure reading them. So.
Oh, for sure. All right, brother. Let's see. Wednesday nights we go live. Alice and I went live this Wednesday night at 8:00, and we talked about Honey Don't.
How was that?
New movie from Ethan Coen, starring Margaret Qualley and Aubrey Plaza. We hated it.
Oh.
Go check out our conversation.
Go hear more.
The episode is pretty tight, pretty short, because it was mostly just us going back and forth being like, oh, and this sucked, and this sucked. oh, I know, right? Didn't that suck? What about this? What was the point of that? So we don't usually engage in a negative fest on any of the shows. But we were both just so disappointed by this movie that we just
but sometimes it's better
fun
than
talking about it.
It's better than feigning interest and misleading people.
For sure.
So if you want to rage with or against JD,
check out the podcast. And then next week Alice isn't going to be on the show, but Noel and I will be on the show talking about the new reboot for the Toxic Avenger. Starring I can never remember his name. Lannister.
I didn't watch that either.
Tynion?
I don't watch a lot, actually.
No, you do.
And I was a film major. Oh, I don't remember his name, though. Oh, wait. Peter Dinklage.
That's it!
There we go.
Peter Dinklage, yeah. So he's the new Toxic Avenger. So we're going to be checking that out this upcoming Wednesday at 8 o'clock. So join us live. Email us at cultpopgo@gmail.com. Join us every Thursday morning for Fresh Floppies. And then that's it. We'll talk at you later.
Bye, losers.
Love you.